Hi guys, and welcome to the video for our geometry concept of the month, which is circumference. So today we're going to go over how you find the circumference, or how do you find the circumference of a circle. So circumference of a circumference is the distance around the outside of a circle, also known as the perimeter of a circle. But we can't find the perimeter of a circle the way that we do for any polygon, because we can't just add up the sides of a circle, because a circle has no sides. So just some vocabulary. A circle is a set of all points on a plane that are the same distance from a given point on a plane. The given point is called the center. It's the center right down there. The distance from the center to any point on the circle is the radius, so that's from the center to the side, any side, which is halfway across, and the distance across the circle through the center is the diameter, and the distance around the circle is the circumference. So a couple of things we need to know. We do use, there's two formulas to use to find the circumference. Both of them involve a value called pi. And it's not P-I-E, it's the letter from the Greek alphabet, which is this little squiggly with two legs, and it's pronounced pi, P-I. So a couple things about pi. It is not terminating, nor does it repeat. So it is not a rational number. We cannot write pi as a fraction. It is an irrational number. For its approximation, we have two values we can use. And again, they're approximations. They're not equal to, because pi does not terminate, it does not repeat. So the decimal approximation we use is 3.14, and then sometimes we're asked to use a fraction equivalent, which is 22/7. But again, approximation, because pi is not an exact digit. It's irrational, can't be written as a fraction. Turn the page. Make sure you have the following notes in front of you. How to find circumference of a circle. So finding the circumference of a circle, we're following kind of the same steps that we do when we're finding the area or the perimeter of any polygon. It's kind of the same general steps. We always start by writing the formula. Then we want to substitute the values. Then we will multiply, and the last thing is don't forget your units. So for a circle, I talked about how there's formulas that we can use. There's actually two formulas that we can use. One that we use when we're given a diameter, and one that we use when we're given the radius. So the first one, this C equals pi times D. D stands for diameter, which, remember, the diameter is the distance across from one side to the other passing through the center. So we would only use this one if we're given the diameter, because that's what we need to find the circumference. If we're given a radius, which is, if we had a circle, it's the distance from the center to one side, we would use the second formula, because R stands for radius. So if you notice these two formulas, for the second one, it's 2 times pi times the radius. So if we were to double the radius, so just saying I were to double this radius right here, it would just be the distance across. So in a sense, the second one, or not in a sense, we are actually just doubling the radius and multiplying it by pi. So let's get into some problems. The first one, we have a circle, and it has a diameter of 6 inches. So I want to go ahead and start with my formula. Since it's a diameter, I'm going to use C equals pi times D. Step 2, I'm going to substitute my values. Pi's value, we're going to use the decimal value unless otherwise specified. And I'm going to multiply it by the diameter, which is 6. So now all that's left to do is to multiply 3.14 times 6, and I'll just do that up here. 6 times 4 is 24, carry the 2. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 2 is 8, and 6 times 3 is 18. Don't forget our decimal goes in 1, 2, 1, 2. So this would be 18 and 84 hundredths. And then don't forget your units. inches. And we don't square our units because this is just perimeter or circumference. It's one-dimensional, just the distance around the outside. Example 2, notice how this one just has the distance from the center to one side, which is a radius. So we're going to want to use the formula for radius, which is c equals 2 times pi times the radius. Step 2, substitute your values. So c equals 2 times pi, which is 3.14, times the radius, which is 4. Remember, multiplication is commutative, so it doesn't matter what order I multiply in, I'm going to get the same answer. So I like to do any mental math I could do first. So I'm going to do 2 times 4, which is 8, and then multiply that by 3.14. So 3.14 times 8, 8 times 4 is 32, carry the 3, 8 times 1 is 8, plus 3 is 11, carry the 1, 3 times 8 is 24, and 24 plus 1 is 25. Don't forget decimal placement, it goes in 1, 2, 1, 2, so we have 25.12 centimeters. Go ahead, skip number 3. Well, at least Miss Sapienza's students, I had them skip number 3 today because we're going to do it together. It's a little bit different from the other problems. But go ahead and do the rest of the got it problems 1 through 5, making sure you do all the steps. Write the formula, substitute the values, multiply, and then don't forget your units.